Hey, Shalom, Kahala, Yahal Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rachakadosh, the ones of the apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to brothers in the highways and byways doing the works of sealing and faithfully and continually fighting that good fight of faith. Lord willing, we're finding that number. All right. So I'm on GMS Hope for the Elect 444, which GMS Fast Food was canceled. I told you brothers that before, but I'm gonna keep mentioning it, just so Lord willing, brothers can keep continually to subscribe here. But all that being said, I'm gonna go into what's been the talk of the town lately, and how Esau has this UFO disclosure coming up. There's a couple months left where they have to fully disclose all information concerning UFO and UFO related incidences. Now we all know that's all gonna be a crock of shit for the most part, because Esau's a devil and he just can't help himself but to lie. And essentially what they want to do is make it seem like the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is a demonic entity. All right. So with that, I'm gonna play this clip first. We're gonna go to a couple of scriptures, and I got another couple clips as well.
All right, and now for something completely different. The former National Intelligence Director is revealing a new government report on UFOs will be full of never before seen or heard intel.
Frankly, there are a lot more sightings than have been made public. We're talking about objects that, engage in actions that are difficult to explain, that movements that are hard to replicate, that we don't have the technology for.
Okay, joining us right now to discuss is Lou Elizondo. He is the former director of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, a Pentagon unit that studies UFOs. Lou, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So part of the evidence apparently is going to show UFOs or they're just unidentified objects breaking the sound barrier without a sonic boom. How is that possible?
Well, I think that's probably the crux of the problem, that we are seeing these, let's call them vehicles, if you will, that are incurring into controlled U.S. airspace, that are displaying performance characteristics that are frankly well beyond anything that we can either replicate or in some cases really even understand.
So when you're talking about that, you're talking about how these things are able to do things that we have no idea how it's possible, given the speed and the altitude and things like that, and the turns and everything like that. I'm sure you've got the top physics experts in the world working on this. Can they come up with any explanation?
I think as we begin to look at this, we're beginning to realize that a lot of this really isn't breaking the laws of physics. What it's doing is really breaking our understanding of the current laws of physics that we are looking at. In essence, these things, if you look at quantum physics, there's a lot of modeling right now that suggests that a lot of this performance can be explained if you have a really deep understanding of quantum physics. And by the way, you're absolutely right. There's 5 unique observables that these things are displaying. One is instantaneous acceleration. The second one is hypersonic velocity. The third one is a bit of an oxymoron, but it's low observability. And then the fourth one is transmedium travel, the ability to operate in different environments. And then the last observable is this, if you will, this weird positive lift or anti-gravity, where you have these vehicles with no wings, no control surfaces, no engines, and yet somehow they're able to fly and frankly outperform some of the very best aircraft that we have in our inventory.
Unbelievable stuff. So when people say, "Oh, you're in that business," how do you explain these UFOs?
Sure. Well, my business has always been that as an investigator. I was an intelligence officer for the U.S. government, so my business was just to find the truth, whatever the truth is, whether it's a terrorism investigation or counter-espionage. Yeah, we applied the same methodologies we did investigating terrorist, if you will, operations and operatives as we did with this. And the information is very compelling. It's real.
Yeah. Okay, it's real. Are they from another planet?
Well, I think it's too early to tell. The 3 options that have been presented, that is our secret technology, but we've done a terrible job at coordinating the testing of this technology for decades with ourselves, which is highly unlikely. The second option is that it's foreign adversarial technology, which, if you were to ask me, would be a huge intelligence failure of this country because we've been technologically leapfrogged. Or the third option is that it's something completely different. If it's not ours and it's not theirs, well, then it's someone or something else.
I can't wait for this report to come out. Lou, thank you very much for joining us today. Interesting stuff.
Sir, my pleasure.
All right, so, you know, let me stop this before it keeps continuing on. Cancel that. All right, so there was a few things they had mentioned in this, right? That these things were a threat. There's a threat.
In October of 2017, a strange visitor was spotted in our solar system. It was...
Yeah, slock you. Yeah, so they had said a few things. These things are a threat. They don't know where they come from. They don't know who belongs to them. Now, mind you, this is a people. This is a people that says this. Okay, this is a people that proclaim themselves to be a God-fearing nation. Okay, they like to put on their money in God we trust. Okay, now we know that's not talking about Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, but for the mere fact that they have, you know, bamboozled the whole world into thinking that that's who they're talking about. All right. So for these so-called scientists and all these, you know, astrologers and whoever they may be to sit there and say that we can't understand the technology or we can't replicate the things that they do and we don't have any idea who they belong to, that just goes to show you, man, this is not a God-fearing nation, man. It's really not. And the only reason why, and I brought this up in the past, and the only reason why they use this term in God we trust. Now this is you can go to Wikipedia and look up in God we trust, and I'm gonna start right here. It says the Reverend Mark R. Watkinson of Rydalville, Pennsylvania, pastor of Prospect Hill Baptist Church in present day Prospect Park, Pennsylvania, in a letter dated November 13, 1861, petitioned the Treasury Department to add the statement recognizing Almighty God in some form on our coins in order to relieve us from the ignominy of heathenism. This is the only reason why you see on their currency in God we trust, so they can escape the notion that they're heathens, man. Or not the notion, they can escape the label of them being heathens. All right. See, once you start digging into Esau's history and digging into his ideology of life, you start to realize, well, wait a minute, this devil's he's a liar, and he's very persuasive. Okay, so going back, let's go to Ezekiel 28. It says, 28 and 2, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power, because thy heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. Okay, now Esau believes that he is the power, man. So if you are the power and you create, you obtain and have so much knowledge, why is it so hard for you to understand that these vehicles that you're seeing are vehicles of the true power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai? This devil's going to fight tooth and nail and go to his grave before he acknowledges that these vehicles, these chariots we call them, okay, vehicles of the Most High, are just that, man. He's going to go kicking and screaming, fighting, scraping and scrounging, man. And you're supposed to be a God? You're supposed to be that one who lifts himself up? And it says, because thy heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not a God. And it says, that though thou set thy heart as the heart of a God. Okay? You know, now just you know, in a few months, they're going to start revealing, you know, or releasing all types of top secret documents, this, that, and the third, you know. And what they're going to do, right? They're going to push this thing as some type of alien race, you know, to make it seem as if these, as they call them, so-called beings or unidentified objects, are a group of, you know, Martian type big eye, big heads, little noses, sharp pointy ears, webbed fingers, All types of craziness, man. All types of craziness. And they're just setting the stage because they still want to keep the people blinded, even though they're supposed to be releasing information. Now, do they have true information about the chariots, about the marvelous works and maneuvers and speed that they obtain? Absolutely. But do you think they're going to tell the people that? You think they want the people to know this? Okay? Because what they're gearing up for that war. Okay? And they want to put everybody on high alert that these, so-called UFOs and so-called aliens are highly dangerous, public enemy number one. And Ronald Reagan made mention of that. He said if we were to encounter, roughly paraphrasing, if we were to encounter a life form outside of this universe, we'd have to put away our differences and come together to fight. And this is how Esau's painting that stage right now. Once they start releasing certain documents, which again, they're still going to be altered. These documents ain't going to be the true and accurate, documents that they had from the true situations where they saw these chariots, a lot of these men at sea, on these cruise ships, on these battle tanks, on these transporting ships. They've seen these chariots come zooming by, hovering above, splashing down in the water. But they're not going to truly tell you what's going on, but they're going to demonize the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and the servants and the angels and the chariots to make it seem like these things are against who they are. Okay? So you call yourself a God, but you don't know a damn thing. You don't know a damn thing, man. Now let me play this video here. Going back to how they're going to portray, I'm not going to play much of this, but just look at some of the shit that Esau got going on in his head, man.
Hello. We are the Yael. We are the Yael. We are the Yael, and we would like to be of service to you today, if we can, in any form, in any way you wish. Hi, I'm Jonathan Martin. I'm an extraterrestrial channel.
So what he was doing in the beginning of this video was channeling the Yael. Esau is a damn mess, man. He is truly a mess. But anything goes here in Babylon, man. You can be anybody, anything you want to be here in Babylon, man. This is where dreams come true for some and nightmares for others. And we of the hopeful elect, we are in that nightmare state being in this damn place. But this is Esau's heaven, man. He can be a extraterrestrial channeler. Go ahead.
They're an extraterrestrial civilization from our future. They tunneled through to our timeline to reproduce with us. They're actually extracting semen and eggs from male and females and mixing our genetic material with their genetic material to produce a hybrid race to help prolong their civilization.
Now here we are in Babylon, right? We have the worst health, the worst bodies, the worst immune systems pretty much on the planet, man. And you mean to tell me you got beings, and I'm gonna use their terms, you got beings coming from other galaxies to come down here to steal our vile, tainted bodies to reproduce, to help them, sustain civilizations wherever they are? Come on, man. Come on. You see what this is what Esau does, man. He gets out there and he starts talking all kind, and people gonna believe this shit. People are truly gonna believe that these beings are coming down to sleep and have sex and take eggs and semen to sustain their civilization. Okay? The angels and the chariots, they travel at speeds unknown to man. Okay? So their bodies in itself is far superior than ours just by being able to travel. We can't even sustain so many but so many G-forces, if that. All right, let me keep on, but listen to what this devil says, man.
Yes. Well, from what they teach, we're going to be a seventh hybrid race, and we're all going to have interbred with all the hybrid civilizations and the extraterrestrials, and we're going to be a new species formed. So, yes, presumably to achieve that, we're going to be having consensual sex with these extraterrestrials.
You see that? This is how warped and devious Esau's mind is. We're going to be having sex with extraterrestrials. And he's proud. He's proud to talk about it. This is why this place got to go, man. Everything and everyone has been tainted with the bullshit that this man has pushed out for many, many, many years. All right? So let me go from here. This is Mark 12, 24 and 25. And it says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, do ye not err? Do ye not therefore err, because ye know not the scripture, neither the power of the Most High? It says, for when they shall rise from the dead, they neither marry nor given in marriage, but are as the angels which are in heaven. So the angels in heaven don't have sex, man. But once again, Esau's a god, remember? But he don't know all this stuff. He's a man with so much great infinite wisdom, but he don't know this, man. But guys like this who making this video, matter of fact, let's go back and see how many views that thing got. Let's go back real quick. Where is it here? Yeah. Okay, got 6,000 views. 6.8 thousand views and five thumbs down. This is let's see some of the comments. If this guy can make it in life, so can yeah, Esau's a trip, boy. He said if this guy can make it in life, so can I. He has to be smoking the concrete version of DMT. Yeah, so anyway, but this is the shit that pushed out there. Now I think there was 4,000 comments. Yeah, 4,000 comments, but I'm sure there's some people on there that agree with this dude and that madness. All right? But Esau, as far as him being a power of God, he really thinks he is, man. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4 says, matter of fact, let's start to the top. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 1, now I beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and by our gathering together unto him. And that's right, that's the hope for the elect. All right? We're gathering together through the spirit and power of Yahushua unto him, man. Hoping he can go back and make our names worthy to be heard in the ears of Yahweh, man. That reconciliation. It says, that ye be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that day of Yahushua is at hand. Right? So we ain't worrying about what we hear in this world, and the deeds and the acts that Esau's about to come down on us. We ain't shaking in mind, man. We're fully sound, and we're sound mind and ready to go, baby. We're ready to go in the spirit of Yahushua. It says, let no man deceive you by any means. Okay? Because that's what Esau's about to do. He's about to deceive a lot of people with this so-called UFO disclosure information. Okay? And just wait, you watch. You watch. When this shit starts going down, we're gonna be seeing all types of madness, man. All types of madness. Continuing on. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except they become a fallen away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who is Esau. He's the son of perdition, man, and he's being revealed. Every waking day, we see something or read about something or see something in the news that we understand that he is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And it says, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called, I'm going to read it verbatim, that it all is called God. You know, they got in the works right now where they're trying to fit a man with all types of, female organs so he can have a baby. The worst of the worst, man. And it says, "All that is worship, so that he is the power, sitteth in the sitteth in the temple of the power, showing himself that he is the power." Okay? That's what Esau does, man. He goes around professing himself in all lands. Now, I have been watching one of the old Olympics. I think it was 2012. I think it was some kind of track game I was watching briefly, and this Ethiopian, she had won the 800 meters, and she pulled out of her shirt a mother and child Madonna. It was some crackers, and she's kissing it, crying, and she's bowing down to it. This is why he got the whole world deceived, man. He got the whole world deceiving that our Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is a white man, and that anybody outside of their race is absolutely just wasted of life, if you will, useless eaters, if you will. And people believe that shit, man. Yeah, I do a little work on. You might see some shit pop up. I do work on BMW, so yeah, go ahead and subscribe to this dude's channel. But be that as it may, yeah. So he's been deceiving the whole goddamn world, man, at the highest level. But unto us, the hopeful elect, that man of sin has been revealed. You can't ask most people if they know who the man of sin is, the son of perdition. They're not gonna have any idea. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna end it with that. So Lord willing, I'm gonna be able to bring out some more information as the day approaches with this so-called UFO disclosure, and this devil considering himself to be God, if you will. Okay. His whole shit is crumbling, man, right before our very eyes. All right. So with that, Lord willing, I'll see you brothers in another show. I say shalom.